All right, guys.
Coach 5 for 20, 3-point range, but you guys found a way to get it done.
Yeah. We didn't shoot the ball well at all today. Devontae made 3, and everybody else was pretty cold. I thought that their pace early in the game made us play faster than we wanted to, and I thought we took some bad ones off balance. And against them, I don't know what we did the second half. I don't think we shot it great. I think it's 3 of 9, but we drove it downhill a lot more and got to the free throw line. That was our best offense.
Is the idea to go too deep on your bench? You only got 3 points from it tonight. Is that,
Is that our idea?
yeah, to just go too deep?
Yeah, right now, yeah, that was, if we need to play out of foul trouble and things like that, obviously we'll go deeper. But today, in this particular situation, Landon and Carlton, neither one were in foul trouble. Oklahoma State plays 4 guards, so if you're gonna play 4 guards the majority of the time, that's a better matchup for us to play 1 big. And I thought, since their pressure was bothering us, not from a turnover standpoint, but from getting the ball downhill and getting it where we wanted to, I thought that we were better off to play an additional ball.
Josh made some big free throws late. Looked like they were looking to foul him. What do you think about his game?
I thought as a group we played okay. I didn't think it was one of our better games by any stretch, and Josh got numbers, but he's 10 to 17 from the free throw line, and he's got to do better, and the whole team's got to shoot him better. But I thought he did fine. I thought that Frank and Devontae and Josh collectively, all 3 had pretty solid games.
I know in the last couple of games, you kind of got off to a little bit of a slower start. We understand the Big 12, night in and night out, tough competition. But is there something maybe you can do differently to help your team get off to faster starts in these games?
I don't know. The other team made every shot they looked at today. We didn't get off to a slow start against Oklahoma. We were 21-12. We just sucked the second half of the first half. But today, we were not any good early, and they were obviously quicker. I don't know what their biggest lead was. Was it 9 or 10 or 11? For us to, in the last 30 minutes, to outscore them 18, we had to do some good things. But certainly, I'd like for us to make every shot. I'd like for us to obviously get some better defensive possessions, but the first half, they were just so much quicker and more poised and seemed like they were more ready to play than us. But I don't know if there's anything magic wand you can do to make you play better.
I think Evans was scoreless the last 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Better job.
Well, that's one thing. He and Carroll and Forte, I think, had their first 17. So I think it was we were behind 17-11 or 17-9 or whatever. I think they had all 17, and that was our whole game plan, was making sure those 3 guys didn't have big nights. And for them to only end up with 48 or whatever it was after the way they started, that was because they had 31 at halftime. That was we obviously defended them better after that.
Solomon went on that run for them where he scored like 10 in a row. How much of a relief was it when he fouled out?
Well, I think there was only a minute left, wasn't it, when Solomon fouled out, or a minute and a half, or whatever it was. But yeah, he was good. He was 6 of 6 from the field, and I thought he killed us on the glass, but he only got 4 rebounds and 3 were offensive, but 2 of them were back-to-back putbacks, and now granted he played very well, but Evans forced help, and then our rotations were slow. So even though he benefited from some plays, I think Evans deserves half the credit on those plays.
How much does he do for him? He's 6 of 22 in this game, Evans, but
And play great.
Yeah.
That's I thought we were fortunate every time he missed. He's great at shooting those little runners and floaters, especially going to his right. I actually thought that we did a better job as the game went on against him, and our ball screen defense got better until the last 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes, whenever Solomon got his good possessions. But I think he's a great guard. And we get to play another one on Monday. But he's an All-American type talent.
seemed like they were hurting you in the first half, but like running that play where they pitched it to the high post and then immediately handed back off to the guy.
That was pinch post action. That's how they're 2-1 high. I would say in the first 6 or 7 minutes, they did hurt us on that. But, you know, the shot Forte made, you can't guard him any better than that. And you know, you got good offensive players, they're gonna hurt you some on those plays. But I thought the first half that they scored off their actions more. I thought the second half we did a better job of guarding.
You said after the Oklahoma win, you didn't think that you guys had done enough to earn, your players had done enough to earn #1 ranking. Do you feel any different after?
You know, I don't know. I don't think we were overly impressive today, but I think that we've been pretty consistent for 16 straight games. So I don't know what'll happen if we'll be 1 or if Villanova will jump us or whatever. But certainly I feel like that we've done more than we had done 2 weeks ago. Or whatever, but you know, who knows if that means anything. It's really not a big deal. I'd much rather be 5-0 in the league than #1. You know, and at least we got that.
Are you impressed with your team on the rebounding edge tonight?
I was very unimpressed the first half. You know, they got 5, but you know, I would bet of the 10 offensive rebounds they got, or 8, they got 8 offensive rebounds. 2 of them were knocked out of bounds, so they got 8 where they collected them. I would bet of the 8, 6 of them or 7 of them was rotation rebounding, where Landon goes to block a shot and the guard doesn't rotate over. That's how Solomon got his points, a couple of their points late. So that's something we got to get better at. But the second half, I think we got rebounded by 12 or 13, and that was a big difference for us because they out rebounded us the first half.
We won't see you before then. Can you give us your thoughts on Iowa State?
Well, I think, you know, I think they're really good. You know, I picked them to win the league. I think that, you know, they had a great game with Texas Tech and they pulled it out, and they had a great game with Oklahoma State and pulled it out there late, played great down the stretch. And then they could have easily won at Baylor, you know, as a 1-possession game. And they're a team that could be, depending on what happens today, because I haven't seen any scores, but they're a team that could easily be 5-0 as well in the league. And I think they're good. I think that they're really, really hard to guard, much like Oklahoma State, because Burton's a guard and they play him at the 4. And of course, Nas and Thomas and Monty can all shoot it so well. So, and going up there is always a big challenge for anyone, but especially for us. It'll be a jacked up atmosphere, I'm sure.
Was there anything different you noticed about Devontae in the first half versus the second half that allowed him to get so much going on the offense?
You know, I don't know. You know, so much of it getting going is just making a couple of shots. You know, he got a good look to start the second half, a wide open look, and he made it. And he got a big one, I think, when we were up 1 or something, and that put us up 4, something like that. But I thought that you know, even though he only shot 4 free throws, I thought he got the ball downhill more and did a better job. It was more aggressive. And we can talk about guys, whether they play well or not. I thought he did a fabulous job on field. You know, Forte got off to made a 3 right off the bat, a hard 3 that Danny alluded to. And then I thought after that, I really thought we did a good job defending him.
With Carlton, does he just maybe need some good things to happen and get his confidence back, or is it maybe something else?
I mean, I think Josh the one who brought that up, but when Danny, I think it was Josh. What was the question again, Shay?
Carlton, does he just need good things to happen and maybe gain his confidence?
I didn't think he played with lack of confidence today. I didn't see anything bad. He played 9 minutes, but if you're going to play 4 guards and Landon's not in foul trouble, Landon gets every defensive rebound, and he's hard to take out. So I didn't see anything that I thought that Carlton looked at all like he had lost his confidence. He just didn't get a chance to play as many minutes.
Coach Underwood said he thinks that Frank Mason is his National Player of the Year right now.
Excuse me?
Coach Underwood said that he thinks that Frank Mason is his National Player of the Year right now. Recruiting him, or at any point, did you think he'd ever turn out to be as good as he is?
Yeah, we thought when we recruited him that he would be national player. Yeah, every player we recruit, we think they're going to be national player. No, we didn't think that. He's gotten really good. There's no question about that. He's gotten really good. And I thought Frank was really good defensively today, but offensively, that's about as average as he's been, because he didn't make shots today. Usually if he gets 4 good looks, he makes 3. We get pretty spoiled, and today he just made 1, but you know, he gets the ball where it needs to go, and Evans does the same thing for them, but there's gonna, it's halfway through, and who knows what will happen, who will play, how it'll play out, but, I don't think there's any debate on whether or not he should be mentioned on all the All-American teams, but National Player of the Year, who knows? If he finishes as strong as he played the first half, he'll be in the discussion for sure.
He also said that Frank refuses to let this team lose. Is that kind of an ultimate compliment?
Yeah, I think he's just, I can get on to him, and he can frustrate me and all this stuff, but I'm not gonna take him for granted. He does some things, like we came out of timeouts twice trying to run something, he screwed it up. So you guys don't ever see that. So he does plenty to get you pissed at him. But he is so competitive, and he just seems to make plays. And I thought today he was average, but he competed hard. And I thought he did a good job on Juwan second half, real good.
After the charge, Josh said himself that he didn't think he handled it as well as he could have. You took him out after that. How do you grade his reaction to that charge there?
Well, I don't think that he did anything awful, but he didn't act mature. The thing about it is, if you're a competitor, part of competing is being able to think next play and not put your team at all in jeopardy or yourself in jeopardy more. So he didn't do anything wrong, but you get your third foul, and if you do pop off, that's fourth, and it totally changes the complexion of the rest of the game. So we drill him and talk to him and do those things. He's an emotional guy, which I would much rather be emotional than not emotional. But I think he can probably handle some situations from a body language standpoint better when things don't go his way.
Is that a good sign, though, that he recognizes that too, and that's what he said here?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. I didn't bring it up with him.
Right.
I just told him, keep his mouth shut. And of course, his reply is, "I didn't do anything," which I've never known a player that does do anything wrong. But I think that he's one of those guys that after something happens and after he can digest it, he's very rational in his thoughts.
You mentioned your slow rotations on defense. Is that what led to their easy points inside, even though they don't have a dominant big guy?
In the first half or second half?
Well, just overall in the game. So
Yeah, I don't know about the first half as much. We didn't help on two back screens, and they got two baskets there. I think Landon screwed one up and Carlton screwed one up. But the second half, whenever there's a ball screen or a pinch post action or handoff that occurs, everybody's got to jump to it. And if you go back and watch the tape, Evans made some great plays to get the ball to Solomon, but our rotations were slow. Whenever you go help somebody, the natural tendency is throw the ball in the direction that the help came from. So if you're an alert defensive player, your natural tendency is that, well, if I know they're going to throw it here, I should be able to put myself in a position not to allow that to happen. And we were slow doing that.
Anything else?
Okay, guys.